Okay, it is Monday, January 31st at 9:40 a.m. on the Eastern Standard Time. This is Tim, and I'm going to go over what I think about Million Token, where we're headed, what's been going on, look at some of the other charts like Bitcoin and see where the market's headed, and talk a little bit about the news. And let's see now. As usual, this is not investment advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Please do your own research. Thank you. So, Million Token's been going sideways. If you're in the community, you basically know that. Is that joke still going around? It's a stable coin. It's been going sideways since January 22nd. We kind of broke out a little bit. And I think we've been doing pretty good the last couple of days. We've been hovering around $10 and $11. I think you can get it now for about $10.50 on average. That's where the market is right now. So I've been dollar cost averaging the last few days, I guess. And I got on Avalanche Network and I was tinkering with that. And then I recently just got on to the Phantom Network yesterday. So I bought a little bit there also because the Phantom Network had cheaper prices. So this is the chart for Million Token on Uniswap. And it looks a little differently on different blockchains, but generally it's the same. It's just, everybody draws their charts differently. This is the Polygon network. We kind of broke out of this downward channel and then are going sideways, but we're still kind of like on the top end of this going sideways. So this could also be looked at as an ascending triangle, waiting for a breakout, but I don't think we're going to get it because I think we still have some bearish action on Bitcoin short term anyway. But you never know. That's why I dollar cost average, because I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know where the market's going, but I know, we've had almost a 50% correction already on Bitcoin. So, I start dollar cost averaging. This is Million Token on the Pancake Swap, and there are a lot of volatility, giant wicks all over the place. So, if we break down, we could have a big wick down to, I would think we could definitely will hit $10 and maybe go lower too. So I've been buying between 10 and 11. So, for me to buy any more, it'd be like $10.20 or $10 and under. And then we can, if Bitcoin fills that CME gap way at the bottom there around 28,000, we could go under, $9 for Million Token. We'll just wait and see what happens. And I think this is the Avalanche, if I'm not mistaken, at $10.57 right now. So yeah, around $10.50. Let me just pull up my favorites here on Defined. And the bottom one with Phantom at $10.38. That's why I got on Phantom as soon as I could, because it was like $10.20-ish while everybody else was like almost 11. And thank you, Jay Lee, for sending me a little bit of Phantom to get me started. That way I was able to bridge over assets from Polygon onto Phantom and just buy a little bit of the Million Token on the Phantom network. Liquidity is low, just like it is on Avalanche, so you can't buy a whole lot without pushing up the price a lot. So every time I bought, it pushed the price up like 5 or 10% or something like that. So I got to buy really small amounts. And let's take a look at what's going on. So the main thing that's got me worried about is on the Bitcoin CME futures is, we filled this one gap here recently. And, we had this like waterfall effect, the price coming down, and we might just have a dead cat bounce where it just bounces up and rolls over. And we have this other Bitcoin CME gap, which would have to fall down to like $25,000 to get that one filled, which would be quite painful. I don't think people would be prepared for that. But right now, the dip's being bought up pretty fast. As people are selling, the market's absorbing it. And that's what I hear on Twitter, basically. So the US dollar index. So as the value of the dollar decreases, Bitcoin should increase and hard assets should increase. So like as we went from here in December 2016 all the way to the bottom, the beginning of 2018, that's when we had that Bitcoin parabolic blow off top for Bitcoin in December 2017. The dollar was weakening. So right now, lately, the dollar has been strengthening. But I think, we've hit this resistance here It could still go up a little more from what I've seen from the indicators here. I mean, we still have room to go up, and but when it starts rolling over and we start retesting these lows down here, where the dollar index is around 90% or less, I would be thinking maybe the blow off top might be around at that time, like it was here, and we could go down lower. I don't know, but I know James from Invest Answers was thinking maybe we might have a high peak for Bitcoin in December of this year, so it could be another 11 months. If this dollar index rolls over and is down at these lower levels and it's December and we're gonna have $100,000 Bitcoin, those would be red flags for me to start cashing out. Or yeah, but you have to look at other circumstances. But these are just things I'm thinking of. Let me close this out, and then something else I don't really pull up a lot, but we've got the Bitcoin versus gold. So we're in these lower levels now. We're back in this accumulation zone, and we can go a little lower. We can test these low levels here that we had back when the last time Bitcoin dropped 50 something percent, and we went sideways for quite a while from mid-May to end of July, mid-July, and so we could have that happen again. But I'm just saying, we could test these lower levels again. So, and what do we have here? Yeah. So Bitcoin exponential ribbon on the weekly, we are way down here, and in a bull run, you don't normally break the weekly exponential ribbon, right? Let me zoom out some more. So this is a review. We're always usually above it in a bull run, and once we break it and then it starts resistance, it could be a painful bear market. So this could be the start of a bear market, but there's so much need for Bitcoin nowadays with all the protests around the world and people opting out. And I always see somebody holding a sign saying, buy Bitcoin, get out of the system. So it's a very passive way of, protesting against, whatever you want to protest, whether it's the vaccines or, people in France with the yellow jackets, and then the truckers in Canada. There's unrest in a lot of places in the world. And it seems like Bitcoin's one way to, just take control of your own finances and kind of take away the power from the governments of the world. So yeah, this is on the exponential on the weekly chart. Let's go to the daily chart. And on the daily chart, it's acting as resistance. I mean, we can go back up to, almost 40,000 and still get rejected. So to me, this is all starting to look, bearish. At least short-term bearish. And yeah, we're below this white exponential ribbon. We had support here back in, mid-July of 2021, and we're down below it. So we have to, even if we go up, we can get rejected by that same moving average. And I was just playing around with, like, this pattern here is the same as this pattern just stretched out. I was thinking, if we fill the CME gap and we had a peak at, December of this year, what might it look like? And, I was thinking, well, maybe we could just bounce off this, fair value of Bitcoin and then, have some weird parabolic move. It probably won't happen like this, because usually we have a blow off top. It's more of like a hockey stick, not like this roll over and then go up again. So the more I think about that, it's probably not going to happen that way. But I'm looking for more of a hockey stick slope where it just kind of goes straight up with, corrections along the way, like how it did here. And then, the 2017 bull run. So, maybe we touch this and we have that hockey stick move and go up. But if we bounce off this fair market value for Bitcoin, it'd be the first time, because usually when we get those lower levels, we get sucked in it. So, that could happen too. And, lengthening cycles would say, just wait it out. The altcoins, they could be, they're taking a beating now. I mean, I looked at Solana and some of the altcoins that you had to buy for these bridges, like Phantom and Near and Avalanche, all those altcoins, they got whacked hard from their all-time highs. Like 50% wouldn't be uncommon. So I'm thinking maybe we could, they can't fall too much more, I hope, but you never know. Maybe we retest these lower levels here and bounce off of this trend line that we were in before, which would be right around end of February or beginning of March, maybe. And then we bounce up and hopefully continue higher. And the stock market, we're below this moving average on the daily chart. We've been below it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about a week. And on the weekly chart, I guess we're above this moving average, but to me, it just doesn't look good. We got it, at least let's get above this moving average, and we'll see how it goes from there. I don't like these death crosses up here either, but with the Fed controlling everything, I don't see why they just can't make the decisions to. Well, they basically did. I think they gave the raising the interest rates a pass because they didn't want to shake the markets too much because we've already been down like almost 20%, right? Let's see. Let me take a measurement real quick. If I can grab that. Yeah, 12%. But I know the tech stocks got hammered hard. So this is the tech stocks. And they went down 18%. And we're below the exponential ribbon here. So let's see if we can, rally and get back up in there. This was the unusual corona crash in March of 2020. But we got to get above this exponential ribbon. If we don't, then, I would think bear markets around the corner. I don't think we're going to get a bear market anytime soon. At least I hope not. I think the Fed will do whatever they can to reassure the people that won't happen. So let's see what else we have here. I don't think there's anything there. Just kind of go over the news real quick, which I kind of put on my Twitter page anyway, and I'll just kind of tell you my thoughts. This was a post about how, people are buying up the dips basically, and the whales have been accumulating. This guy got 28,455 Bitcoins since November when he had 0. And I know Will Clemente had posted how the whales have kind of started buying Bitcoin. It takes a little while for the price to reflect that. But, if they're buying, the dips, they're buying up the dips, you should do what the, investors, the institutional investors are doing. They're, I'm buying the dip also with, million token, dollar cost averaging. I'm not going crazy though. And here's that ascending triangle I thought we might be doing. We could be breaking out down right now. I don't know, but that's just a pattern I saw. And let's see what else there is. Yeah. I'll probably do a tutorial on Phantom next, and then Avalanche. I'm looking at Harmony 1 and Near also. Some of these links aren't even posted on the milliontoken.org. If they had links for those, let's say Phantom, because I'll probably do that next. It would be good because people would just go to milliontoken.org and click on the links for, trading and bridging and the Explorer. They would give them confidence that they're getting the right links rather than me just telling, what links to choose from. And right now you get that mushroom icon showing for Million Token on the Phantom network, which is misleading, but I'm pretty sure it's still right. I'll go over that in the tutorial though. And so far it's cheap too. It's just pennies for Phantom. I think it's probably comparable to the fees on Avalanche. I think the fees on Near and Harmony 1 are like 2 cents for transactions, so I'll look into those. I'm assuming that the liquidity there is very low also, because there's not a lot of people on it, like maybe 15 or 20 people. So the Bored Ape craze is just going out of the world crazy. I know Justin Bieber bought one 5 times over the floor price, because he just bought like a regular Bored Ape. But I saw one guy sold, I think, 2 apes for 800 ETH each, like for $4 million, and it's just kind of crazy out there with the Bored Apes. And then whenever I start seeing celebrities start posting stuff like that, trying to fit in the club and whatnot, and not really knowing what they're buying, it signifies, a top might be in, or at least, more people might be, the retail's FOMOing in right now, and that's when you usually want to get out. And again, Will Lee Woo says probably institutional money. Again, coins moving to and from whales. And if I click on that, let's see what happens. Yeah. Buy, sell. Coins moving. I think the point is it's going up, that the whales are buying. So Willie Woo and Will Clemente are saying the same things, I think. Oh yeah, Arizona, Texas, we got some states here. That Arizona wants to introduce a bill to make Bitcoin legal tender like it is in El Salvador. You got Tonga. I know Wyoming's very crypto friendly. I think I'm surprised Wyoming wasn't the first to do something like this. But then you got the president of the United States, Joe Biden, wants to issue an executive order pretty soon. I think next month. I'm not sure when, but we're not too sure what. But it's going to be about cryptocurrency, probably just regulations and stuff. I'm still waiting for a spot Bitcoin ETF. But we'll be like the last country that probably issues it, but we'll just be behind from the rest of the world if they don't issue one eventually. I know Grayscale is trading almost at minus 20% fair market value for Bitcoin. So that's like a no-brainer to buy it, especially when they go spot ETF. They should be converting it hopefully this year if they get approval. And, yeah, I'm not getting bullish on Bitcoin until at least it hits $40,000 or higher, maybe even 44 or 46. The whales could be buying right now, but that doesn't mean they're not going to dump when it hits 40 or 46. So we'll just have to monitor that. And yep, I posted my last tutorial was how to buy Bitcoin on the Polygon network, because we had a lot of people, like let's say you wanted to buy the 10 tokens, million tokens for Metaphor, but you don't want to pay high gas fees. So I made a really in-depth tutorial on that. And if you want to get on the other networks like Avalanche and Phantom, you should watch the Polygon network first, because it's got the basics in there. And I'm going to just go through future videos faster, knowing that you understand MetaMask and how to use Explorer and how to trade and stuff. So yeah, in the world, I think Bitcoin is being more adopted. Bitcoin's price has been dropping almost close to the same price as what Michael Saylor has been buying at on average. And see what else there is. I think I covered everything I wanted to cover, or at least most of it. There was a lot to cover. I got Bry Guy in the chat. How you doing? And who else is that? Tech Lead HD. He says Metaphor could be amazing. It's a problem. They try to, they say it's censorship free while they delete and remove content to allow little statements from porn. Yeah, some of the, you got to be careful with that. I mean, if you post porn and people from another country, it's illegal to see that, but you got kids on the internet. I don't know. I saw some of the porn that was posted before it was deleted, and it was really raunchy, right? And I guess you could say the same thing about some of the stuff I see on Twitter if you have like an adult content. I don't know what the answer to that is. It would be nice if it was censor free, but maybe they have to have something like are you 18 and over, or just check I want to opt out of seeing adult content. And so if you're going to post adult content, you should check that it's adult content. You don't need algorithms to decide whether your picture's, adult content or not. But if you post porn and, right now, I think you should just get banned, because right now we don't have the safeguards for it. But if you want it to be more censorship free, then if you want to post that type of content and it's not illegal, at least there should be some way to designate that it's, adult content you're posting, so other people don't have to see that, because I certainly don't want to see it. But I think the person that was posting that probably was trying to make a statement that it's not it's not censorship free. But yeah, so I mean that's pretty common sense, and I think the person who was posting porn and did went around it about it the wrong way. Hey Tim, any thoughts on housing market 2022? I think interest rates might creep up slowly. I mean, I don't have a big opinion on that. I would lock in at any low rates we have now, and yeah, that's I don't have a lot of thoughts on the housing market. But I was watching this YouTube channel recently because my car wouldn't start this morning. It was where I live now. It's like 23 degrees and below freezing anyway. And my car would start, but it wouldn't shift in gear. And I'm like, F. And then I had to get a tow truck, but I was able to get it in gear and drive home. So I canceled the tow truck. But my point was I was looking these guys on YouTube, and so we're talking about car prices in dealerships. And like they're almost double what the manufacturer retail suggests. Like a Corvette that would be like $60,000 or $80,000. They want to sell it for like $140,000. And even a Honda Civic, that might be manufactured price at like $26,000. Dealerships are trying to sell it for like $48,000. It was crazy. These two guys were like making a game of it, looking up online, and they were like bidding. What do you think it is? And I forgot what the channel. I think it was Donut something was the car channel. It's probably really popular. I saw some really other good videos from them. But yeah, the car prices are crazy, and I'm like, I think my car was just having problems because it's very, very cold, and I had something similar issue on the weekend. I was leaving the dog park, and then I got that engine light come on. I'm like, oh no, and then I was still able to drive it home. I didn't think about it, and then leaving work, it happened again. So I probably will have to get a new car soon, but in the meantime, we have a spare car. And I'll just share that with my wife, and then until I probably will have my car get looked at. It probably needs a new battery too, because the battery light kept lighting on. But man, yeah, it's just like the car prices are crazy. I don't want to buy a car right now. Probably because of all the supply shortages of cars or chips or all the stuff that goes in a car, and even used car prices are crazy too. Brian Guy says Canada introduces a wealth tax on homes over 1 million CAD, and which is 29% of homes in British Columbia or BC. Yeah, that's crazy. That, I mean, when I'm become financially secure and stable, and I own my own wealth in wallets that I control. I'll be looking forward to be like just being a nomad. Go where you're best treated. And I think it's ridiculous that we're going to have to pay a wealth tax. In the future, like I who was covering it? I forgot which YouTuber was covering it, but it might have been NFT Daily. How they might change the laws so that you have to disclose the wallets you own. And I'm like, man, if they do that, well, I don't think people are going to disclose their wallets, but if they forced it and you had to do it, then they're going to say, well, now we're going to charge you a wealth tax. I'm like, that's not going to happen. I'll just get up and move. I think, I just can't see how they could do that. I mean, the governments have to wake up and say, look, the people have, put the foot down and they want out of the system. And, this is probably the best way to do it, and the countries that are crypto friendly are going to get the best minds of the world living there. Okay, I guess that is it. And I'll try to crank out something quickly today about the Phantom. And I was thinking about putting Avalanche on there, but I'll probably make a separate video on that. But yeah, it's fun because if you know how to, if you look for these deals, let's say you want to buy a million token today, and it's $10.38 here on the Phantom network, and you want to buy one or two, it's going to save your money rather than buy it on these other chains. And the bridging over wasn't that expensive either. It cost me less than $1 to bridge over funds from Polygon over to Phantom. So if you don't even have to leave your USDC on the exchange, you could just keep it in your wallet, and then, you know, wherever the best price is, if your funds aren't there, just bridge them over yourself for less than $1. Yeah, I mean, crypto.com charges you $1 just to transfer funds over to the Polygon network, and you could just do it yourself at a cheaper price without, you know, having some exchange, you know, keep tabs on you. But another thing I posted in Discord was, you know, right now, you know, we've come down a lot from the highs. You know, we're hovering around $10 or 11. But, you know, once we do a 10x or you know, a 5x, if it's $50 or $10 or $100, you're going to have these giant gaps between prices on different networks. You know, it could be off by $10 or more depending upon what the price of Million Token. So if you learn now how to get on these different blockchains, you could buy Million Token cheap where it's cheap, and you can sell it where it's, you know, going for a premium. So, you know, right now the prices are tight mainly because, you know, I think the market's becoming more efficient, but there's still not a lot of people on these other blockchains. Very few amount, like, you know, 20 people or give or take. And definitely an opportunity there. I mean, one token on either one of these blockchains should be worth the same. But, you know, people maybe they don't have the time to learn, or they don't want to learn, or they just want to hey, I'm comfortable with Polygon. And, but the people in the Ethereum on using Uniswap and they're not staking, I don't understand how they're paying all those gas fees. I mean, those gas fees, you can pick up an extra 2 or 3, you know, million tokens with it if you just learn how to get on the Polygon network. At the very least, learn how to do Polygon network. Okay, I think that's it, guys. That was a lot to cover today. I'll try to get out another tutorial out soon. Hope everyone has a good one. I'll talk to you later. Bye.